Call the meeting with a pledge to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We're getting past April Fool's Day, April 1st, we're getting past April 2nd, and here we are, April 2024. Roll call, Kelly.
Mark Foltz?
Yes.
Mark Frazier?
Yes.
Francis Griffin?
Yes.
Ray Farman?
Yes.
Kelly Schmidt, yes.
Okay, agenda, anything to add?
Motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Second by Mark. All in favor?
Aye.
You should have your meeting minutes somewhere there.
Motion to approve the minutes. Second.
Motion by Mark, second by Butch. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Public comment once. Maybe two times, okay. Welcome, public. Troy, let's see, sheriff's report.
Looks like last month we had 123 calls for service and 32 of them were traffic stops.
32, yeah.
Be on the lookout.
Oh, be on the lookout, 16. Okay, thank you. Mark, Cecil.
I'm going to defer to the chief and let him make.
Okay.
Sure, absolutely. Trent Atkins, Emergency Services Chief for SESA. As far as run volume goes, I can't give you the exact numbers because we don't typically finish our statistics until the end of the first week. I will tell you though, interestingly enough, we were discussing that compared to the first quarter last year, we're up. First quarter last year, we were at 41 runs. First quarter this year, we're at 58 runs. So and this is fire runs, significantly increased that. And the EMS runs have increased by about 20%. So it's busy, and it's going to continue to get busier. We have a couple of resolutions that the board has passed. The first one I want to talk about is the ambulance fee or the assessment. And so the board has approved a resolution to increase the ambulance assessment by 9.09%, roughly $110 a house. Some of the reasons for that.
Clarify that.
I'm sorry.
It's going up by $10.
It's going up.
You said it's going up by 110.
Oh, no, I meant it's a
Yeah.
total of
Yeah.
110. I'm sorry. Yeah.
A total of 120.
Oh,
Or 120.
So I always think it's
Long day.
going up
Thank you for
$110.
correcting me
It's
there.
going up 10.
It's going up by 10 from 110 to 120. Sorry.
Okay, $10. Okay.
So there's a number of reasons why that is, and most of it is because everything is going up from a gallon of milk to a gallon of gas, right? So just to give you an idea, there has been an 8% increase in durable goods, medical goods, every year since 2019 on average across the country, and it's expected to continue increasing by at least 8% over the next couple of years through 2026. Medical equipment such as heart monitors, they have increased almost 100%. We used to buy heart monitors for about $20,000 pre-COVID. Now you won't touch them for under 60. So they significantly increased. Vehicles have increased. We used to buy ambulances for $150,000 pre-COVID. Now you can't touch them for under 3. So it's pretty significant. We are looking at potentially re-chassing a couple of ambulances because of the expense of new ones, and that'll be about half the cost. Still not cheap. So with the equipment maintenance, repairs, it's an older fleet. Our ambulances are not new. They've been Band-Aid and bubble gum for several years now, and they do need to start getting re-chassied. We've replaced an engine on one this year, transmission, rear ends, you name it. Out of the 5 ambulances, they've had a lot of work. The other thing, of course, we have 16 full-time employees, all paramedic EMTs that cover 3 different ambulances, 24/7, one of them being a 12-hour car, and their salaries increase as well. There's a cost of living increase with their salaries according to the contract. So they're getting more, and of course this year we're going to have to go into negotiations again, and just like everybody else, they all want an increase in their salary, right? And then this was interesting. I had a discussion today with our insurance agent, and our insurance for our employees is going up 18% this year. So 18% it's going up. So starting June 1st, it'll be 18% more than it was this last year for us. So costs are going up. At that rate, you're talking about really less than $1 a month extra when we go to $120. It's still, we know inflation is going to increase, and we don't know when it's going to stop, and it's probably never going to go down. So that is the first resolution that the board.
Trent,
Yes.
is there any possibility of getting a better insurance rate if you talk to different people?
Yeah, we're actually working with our insurance agent. He's actually working on looking at some additional options for us to try to keep us where we're at currently or a little bit lower. But
One of the complications is the union contract
That's right.
specifies a specific insurance policy.
Right.
Insurance plan.
Plan, but
So,
2 or 3 different.
until that contract's up, there's not a lot to do about that.
I can understand that.
yeah,
I mean, we don't have any flexibility on changing deductibles or any of that.
this is all. I mean, it's all very complicated. Obviously, if you guys have run a business or managed a business before, I mean, there's a lot that goes into it, and the fire department isn't any different. The second resolution that was passed is to request a $0.5 increase to go from the 1.25 to the 1.75 mils. And this would be for a 2-year request, and that's strictly equipment. The proposal itself says, the proposal says fire equipment for fire rescue services, including but not limited to fire equipment, fire apparatus, personal protective equipment, and building safety equipment, and the maintenance and debt thereof as authorized by Section 12, yada, yada, yada. So we would expect that in the first year, across all portions of the Alliance's tax levy jurisdiction, we'd be roughly about $89,000. So it's not a significant amount, but it does help us to get our equipment where it needs to be so that we can continue to operate. Fire trucks nowadays, when I was with the city of Lansing in 2014, we were paying about $500,000. Today you can't touch them for under $1 million, fire trucks. And if you order a fire truck today, it's going to take you 3 years to get it, and it's so far out they won't even guarantee the price anymore. So personal protective equipment, the turnout gear, everything is increasing. We're all touched, unfortunately, by the inflation.
Are you in pretty good shape on the SCBA's because you bought those new ones earlier?
Yes, yeah. So we're in good shape right now with our PPE, right? But as we hire new people, every time we hire somebody, we invest $5,000 into them. So if I get a paid-on-call firefighter, I'm investing another $5,000 in equipment for them.
Sure.
And that doesn't include the training that we may send them to.
Yeah, I mean, it's true in terms of true apparatus, things are okay for the fire side mostly right now, but it's, like the chief alluded to, I mean, right now the payment on those new SCBA's is almost 1/6 of our fire budget.
Yep.
Just for the payment, on them, and that's for 5 years, and they're only good for 10 years.
Yeah.
The
So,
bottles are only good for 10 years.
Right.
The regulators will go 20.
Correct.
but I mean, they're expensive.
Right.
Yeah, and that's a NFPA rule. I mean, they have to be retired at a certain part, just like turnout gear has to be retired. I mean, there's no extension or anything on it.
So as far as the equipment, the status of our fleet, just to give you an example, we have a 1995 tanker. That 1995 tanker is up to CSI right now. The tank, the connections that hold the tank have rusted out. They're worried about the whole tank falling off, literally, as well as some other mechanical issues. We're about ready to put $20,000 into that. But to go out and buy a 1995 exactly like it is $60,000. And brand new is going to be almost $750,000. So, for us to invest $20,000 and get another 5-10 years out of it, it's worth the investment. But I think you get the idea that, with the inflation and the repairs of older equipment, it's continuous. The vehicles and the equipment we use are used under the most extreme conditions every time they go out that door. So, so those are the two proposals that the board has approved. And I believe that you guys have received a letter, correct? Okay.
Quick question. Now, on new trucks or used trucks, do you get a journal or something where different cities and different areas in this Midwest area, when they retire a vehicle or something?
Well, so you're saying like used truck listing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we get a magazine that's called Fire Trader, and it's got all sorts of equipment on it. Plus, there's a lot of websites out there with brokers that are selling fire trucks. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're able to look and see what the value of something is.
Sure.
The problem is, Mark, that when somebody goes to sell something used right now because things cost so much and it takes so long to get, that they're selling more on equipment too.
Yeah.
We're not gaining a lot,
The value of used stuff has just, here's what happened, right? The federal government gave out the ARPA money to every municipality in the United States. And of course, one of the first things on everyone's list is let's upgrade our fire equipment. Well, there's half a dozen manufacturers of fire trucks. Surprise, the price doubled.
The price went up,
Yeah.
lead time went out.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
And it's probably going to be a glut that runs through it, but nonetheless, it is what it is.
But the top two trucks in the fleet are in
The top two trucks are.
life cycle of fire equipment are fairly new and in good shape. In fact, we own those two right now. Correct. So, it's,
There has been a lot of deferred maintenance.
Yes, there is.
And, there's been OSHA issues and everything else, and it had to be brought up, so. So as far as the fire millage goes, since we are within the jurisdiction of we are an incorporating member, as also the city of Perry and the village of Morris, the assessor board has the authority to put that question on. It's going to be on our August ballot. We don't need to take any action or anything on it, because they have that jurisdiction. We can't do anything. We couldn't stop it if we wanted to, I guess. So that's how that works. It'll be on the August ballot.
Well, good. Trent, we appreciate all you're doing and
Yeah,
your
no
effort working with this group of people.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it. Okay. Anything else? Okay. DDA, we meet April 17th. That's a Wednesday at 6:30. We are in contact with Gabriel, who's the head lighting person for Consumers Energy for the state of Michigan, and him and I will be going down that drive looking for that upgrade for the DDA. It wants to put new lights up there because they keep blinking on and off all the time because of several issues. But he has his work order. He's ready, and hopefully next week. He was on vacation, and I was on vacation, and now we're both back. So it looks like it's going to be next week. We'll get together. Zoning. We had, of course, some application fees from Spartan Fence come in. We had several monthly enforcements that they did, one on Beard Road, there's trailers on the, should be there, one on Henderson, Ellsworth, near us here, Jennifer, violation, junk and debris, another junk and debris. That's it, that was it on that. So, all right, Tom is not here, our commissioner, library.
Okay,
Mark.
I heard you guys talking a little bit ago about the pavilion at the Veterans Park at the City Hall and the library board, because they have a large amount of that O'Berry money left, which has to go into something in the city, and they're restricted to what they can use it for, but they can use it for this, so they're gonna match the money the city's putting up to get
That's good.
that thing go, which is a substantial amount of money, $15,000. They're putting new signage at Corona Branch, and I think I talked about this before, but Burns Township received a pretty large grant through with SEDP's grant writer helping get that. And part of that is going to be a library in the township hall, and it'll be moved out of the school, which is the last one in the school, which will help the people that want to use the library, because they were limited to school hours before to use the library. And they have, at the branches, they have kits for the solar eclipse. If somebody wants to be able to have the glasses and stuff, they have a bag all made up with that kind of stuff in it for people that are in the library district.
I stopped by the Prairie Library on Monday, got mine.
Did ya? So,
Well, they're dark when you look through them, they're jet black, you know.
well, in truth though, our library is Morris. The Perry
Well,
Township library
I
is
happened
Morris.
to be driving by and
But
stopped.
but
and
it
they-
doesn't
You can
matter,
go
they're all
check
part
it
of
out.
the
They were
district.
very nice, they went in the back and had them all in a rubber band, and how many you? I said, I need one. Pretty easy, pretty simple. Okay, thank you. I-69 trade court.
No, meeting.
So your next meeting is?
I don't know if we're gonna have one next week or not. I haven't heard.
Because you're only doing it every couple, okay,
The new administrative staff is
interesting, okay.
not super organized.
SEDP,
We changed the amount of board members' seats
oh, yeah,
from 25 to 29. We had to open another checking account with a specific bank to be able to get money from MEDC for site readiness grants. It has to go through a particular bank because they direct deposited it, so we had to open another account. And we extended the contract with the grant writer so that she's going to be available longer yet. That's been a really successful program. And we have narrowed down the new hire for the staff, who's going to be a member services person, and also I'll attempt to find more members. And so that decision will be made here pretty quick. Land bank, all the things are in place for the brownfield development plan for, and all that for the Woodland Trails condo complex in the Washington Park development, that if they're both in Owasso, but they're land bank property that we were involved in. And that got all tied together to make this thing work, to get the infrastructure in there. And so the closings are gonna start happening on the condos momentarily. I mean, it's at the point right now. And we also approved a redevelopment plan resolution for that old Simplicity building that was torn down in Durand. So that was the brownfield authority.
okay. SEDP, and the last one, the planning commission.
Did not meet. We were mostly going to work on the zoning rules, and Beth was sick, and so without her there, we was doing a phenomenal job of putting this together. There wasn't any use in meeting, plus I forgot my keys, so.
Well, you called me, but I was in Missouri.
Yeah, you weren't any help.
Well, long distance.
And I asked Troy to ask the two deputies in the office first, if either one of them wanted to be the recording secretary. If not, then we'll have to look elsewhere. So,
It's posted on the website and also in the window.
is it? Okay.
The phone rings off the hook.
Oh, I'll bet.
Your next meeting is when?
The next meeting would be third Thursday.
Third Thursday. So I would be available.
Yeah, we
This
probably are
time.
still gonna.
Okay, all right. Troy, financial report and pay bills.
Oh, right, you've got your bills list in front of you. So like it always is for this month, it would be broken up a little to account for fiscal year ending March 31st. So there's the ones that were in last fiscal year and then a few that are on this fiscal year for April 1st. You do see we had a lot of our end of year transfers there. We discussed at our last meeting, remember we were moving money from the road line item to the road fund, which is our savings account, to account for the big project next year when Morris Road and Ellsworth Road and stuff are done. We'll need every penny of that. We have to transfer out our perpetual care for the end of the fiscal year to the perpetual care fund, and then brought in the $20,000 of ARPA funds that we used this year on the hall work. So, other than that, we got our 425 agreement payment from the city, and the rest of our property taxes, and then the budget to date numbers that reflects last fiscal year. I mean, there wouldn't be any point in having one for the first 2 days. So you can just kind of see where everything ended up there. With the amendments we made last month, everything's good. So,
And our ARPA money is depleted, all right?
no, we still have $20,000, which we have in this new fiscal year's budget.
And you'll see it there at the bottom there. 20.
Right, there's still $20,000 in the account. Now, we do have to allocate that by the end of the year, though. By the end of the calendar.
Good job, Troy. Any questions?
Oh, and just as a side note, you'll see on the fund balance sheet, so the DDA had approved putting some excess money in a CD, and we got 4.5% for 9 months on that.
Okay.
I did, that was actually the highest, staying under a year was the highest rate, and they didn't want to do it for more than a year, because of course we never know what project may come up and don't want to tie it up long term, but for the shorter term, we had a higher rate. So.
Okay, sounds great. They'll be happy to hear that.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure,
And
okay.
it's uptown.
Okay, and it's uptown, which is good too, right uptown, uptown Perry. Okay, everybody, any questions on the bill? Questions?
Motion to pay the bills.
Motion's been made by Mark to pay the bills. Butch is going to second that motion. Roll call, Ellie.
Mark Foltz?
Yes.
Mark Frazier?
Yes.
Francis Griffin?
Yes.
Ellen Schmidt? Yes, Ray Cravel?
Yes.
Correspondence. Any? Other than what's on the agenda? Okay, nothing? Any? No? I didn't think I had any either, so, okay. Public comments or announcements to make? Yes, sir.
Good evening, Board. My name is Robert Hinojosa, and
Robert.
I'm a candidate for Shiawassee County Prosecutor.
Oh, okay. Where's your home?
I live in Corona
Oh, in front.
with my
Right
wife
there,
and
right. You
and
can
3
walk to
children.
work.
I can walk to work, yeah. My platform is that of restoring justice to Shiawassee County. No more deals for criminals. Restoring no deals for criminals.
Okay, I'm hard of hearing.
That's okay.
Deals for criminals, okay.
Yeah. For restoring the voices to victims and protecting our children.
Okay. Where have you worked past?
I spent a great deal of time in the office under Dina Finnegan.
Where? Okay, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
You were an assistant prosecutor.
I was, yeah.
Okay, good.
From there, I went to Lapeer and learned a little
Over
more.
in Lapeer, Michigan?
Yeah, learned a little more, and now I'm bringing back what I've learned. And
Who's the road commissioner in Lapeer? Didn't he used to be the Genesee County road commissioner?
yeah, if that rings a bell.
Daly, John Daly?
Yeah.
I've known him I worked at the city of Flint for 29 years.
Okay.
John and I are very close. Okay, good. And his wife loves to cook.
That's a good thing.
Thank you very much.
Which party are you running on?
I will be in the Republican August primary.
In the August primary
Yeah.
Republican, okay. I'll probably see your name then.
And you signed in, right?
I
So I
sure
did the spellings.
And your
Absolutely.
first name again?
Robert.
Robert. Thank you for coming.
Okay, well, thank you for coming.
Thank you
Appreciate
so
it.
much.
Okay, excellent.
I've got a couple things I'd like to comment on. My name's John Slocum.
Oh, John,
Live over in Bennington Township, but I own property here. Last year, I spoke with Mark about the county ditch on Winnegar Road on the west side of M52. Whoever the grader guy is, come down through there. There was a lip holding water. Water couldn't get off. So they rolled all of the sod and the gravel down into the ditch that had been re-cleaned, dug out 10, 12 years ago. Okay? I keep that ditch mowed. I cannot mow it now because of all the debris that was rolled into the ditch. My concern is when they clean a ditch, whatever property owners are involved in that get a special assessment on taxes. When they clean this ditch, because they created the problem, are they going to try to hit everybody with a special assessment again because they created a problem in the ditch? So I just wanted to bring that to everybody's attention on, hey, they created the problem. Why shouldn't they be held accountable for the costs involved in cleaning that out?
Is this a road ditch or a county drain?
It's a road ditch,
Okay.
It's just road.
okay?
So.
You know,
they-
and
they
I'm
don't-
not sure how they do
They
it.
don't specially assess road ditches.
Okay,
It's just American.
okay. But, you know, now I'm in a
No,
situation where I can't mow it and maintain it unless somebody goes down through and cleans it out. You know, and another thing with the roads is, I don't know, they call it spot grading or something like that. Okay? They just went down my road earlier this year and spot graded. The truck made 6 trips, the full length of the road I live on. It's only 1.5 miles long, but they only touched spots in the road. But the truck made 6 passes by my house to do that. So where is any money being saved on any equipment or fuel costs when it's running the length of the road anyhow? And another thing I would like to touch on is I received a letter from the county for delinquent taxes. Okay? I paid my taxes. The phone call I received from the county today was that when I paid my taxes, an error was made. The money was put on one of my dad's pieces of property and not mine. I was told by the county that I need to contact my dad, get the money from him, and bring it to the county to pay my delinquent tax bill that I paid, and there was an error made. Okay?
So I just have one of those 10-acre parcels.
No, it was one of the 2.5 acre lots.
2.5, okay.
Okay? But the way I look at it is, if somebody here made a mistake, everybody makes mistakes. I'm not saying they don't. But when the mistake is found, why isn't it this township's responsibility to correct it? Not me. Why should I have a delinquent tax coming onto my credit report and run all over to collect money from someone else to take it to the county to take care of, you know, and I understand it. The taxes on that, it was the summer of 23's taxes that where the mistake was made. It's $20. It's not that it's the amount, it's the principle of it. You know, who's going to reimburse me for my time and everything to take care of this? I should not have to do anything to take care of this delinquent tax because I paid it. It's not up to me to go collect the money from the owner of the parcel and then go to the county to take care of it. that's my comment on it. I don't know how it can be settled, but I don't feel as though I should have to be responsible to take care of something when there was an error made. Be accountable for the error, make the correction, and be done with it. So, I'm not trying to upset people. I'm trying to say, hey, let's get this worked out without causing all this other grief. Everybody has a life to live, and so I got to take time out of my schedule to go take care of something that should be handled here.
And John, that wasn't either one of those that we talked in the board review
No.
this month, was it?
No?
It's another matter. He's made some incorrect statements, but this is public comment time.
Anyway, okay.
Well, that's what she called me and told me today, is I need to go get the money from my dad and bring it over there and pay it.
Well, if your dad owed money, he probably paid himself, knowing your dad. He really would have. Thank you, John. Thank you. Okay. Anything else? Okay. Unfinished business. Is there any unfinished business?
Nope.
Kelly? No? All right. Thank you. New business, waste management contract. Kelly?
So our waste management contracts are up this year for the cemetery. You'll see the one on there for $210.33. That is on an on-call basis, and this contract would be good for 3 years.
3.
Yep, it did increase $35
Take care, chief.
from the last contract. The last contract was $174.78.
Okay.
Let's see, the Township Hall service agreement is also up, and that's $237.47. That is monthly.
And that's
It's
picked
a-
up every week.
It's a pickup every week, and that is also for a 3-year contract. That was an increase of $49.65 from the last contract.
I asked Troy if they have diesel fuel in those trucks. He said they do, so I can understand the cost of diesel fuel. Anyway,
Waste management does some weird,
stuff.
well, I mean, you can see what it starts out on, and then there's the, assorted surcharges.
Oh, yeah, right.
Like the cell phone companies.
Yeah, right.
This is what we'll let you have your phone for per month, but then we're gonna add all these little surcharges on.
Any, board have any questions to Kelly? No? Well, it's just, business of,
Right, again,
Cost of
the
business.
cemetery is only an on-call.
and it
So we
doesn't.
only dent that one 3 or 4 times a year.
Okay.
If that, usually in the spring, because he's picking up the grave blankets and, that sort of thing.
Do we get a little bit of a break on having a 3-year contract or not?
But I don't think so.
Would they do just a 2-year contract?
Why?
Why? I don't
I
know.
don't know.
The price is going to go up.
You don't think the price is gonna go down again?
No.
No, I don't think
We're
so.
gonna have an
No,
election.
you have,
We're
keep
gonna have an
it,
election in
Hey,
November, right?
no, Mark, if you read it, there's a fuel rate, and there's the base rate, and then there's the fuel
Does
rate.
it go up and down? Correct. Oh, okay, I'm for that then. Okay,
Well,
that's my question answered.
Well, they're buying out all the other companies around.
Oh, that's right. They've been doing that for years, haven't
Yes.
they? Which- Who wants to make a motion?
there's not a whole lot of choice.
I'll make a motion to accept the 2
Yeah.
waste management agreements.
Kelly's made the motion,
Second.
and Mark will second it.
No, Butch.
Butch?
Butch, point your fingers over there. Butch will second it.
Because he didn't bring
Roll
his
call
hearing.
vote, Kelly.
Francis Griffith,
Yes,
Kelly Schmidt, yes. Troy Carmen,
Yes.
Mark Foltz,
Yes.
Mark Frazier.
Yes.
All right, that was easy. Okay, one down, couple to go. Ambulance assessment language, Troy.
Okay, so you have the ballot language in front of you. This, we have to renew our ambulance special assessment district this year. We did it in 2014, last year for 10 years. So this is the language to renew the existing special assessment district comprising of the township, excluding the boundaries of the village of Morris, because they do their own. And that's what it says.
Okay.
And then, of course, after that, assuming it's passed, then we have to do the hearings like you would normally do. I'm sorry.
It doesn't include the city too, does it?
See,
No,
Just
just
the
they're not in
township.
the township.
Just the,
area.
just the township.
I see
Who wants to make a motion to move on this?
I'll make the motion.
Mark, second by Butch, okay, all in favor?
No, we need a
Roll call vote, Kelly.
Mark Folk.
Yes.
Mark Frazier.
Yes.
Francis Griffith.
Yes.
Kelly Schmidt, yes. Roy Farmer.
Yes.
Okay, now we come to my board review update. We had a first session, 9 to 3, on Tuesday, March 12th, and the first session we had one poverty exemption, and we had, the rest of them were just changes that needed to be made. Either they were incorrect clerical errors or things that, questions that people had. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 the first day. The second, we continued it the second day, 3 to 9 at night, to give people at work a chance to come in the evening, Wednesday, March 13th. And we had, at that time, no poverty, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, and 8 we deferred to the next day also, or excuse me, we deferred back from day 1. Day 2 was a little bit more involved. So he was part of the same one from Tuesday. So Wednesday we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that we decided. One of them was Deer Credit, one of them was Countryside Village, so actually it wasn't people, but just business.
Personal property.
Personal property. That, we delayed them again until the third session. On Tuesday, March 17th, we had one more to deal with that Troy had found property, change of classification to match from residential to industrial. We took care of that, and that was it. That was it. That was the day. So, just want to give you that report. Any questions? Okay. Hall bathroom renovation. Kelly, we'll start. Kelly's been working on that for a bit. Are both bathrooms?
Both bathrooms. This is what you guys asked to have done at the budget workshop. So we've got a couple of bids here. One was a contractor that Mark knew, he's a commercial contractor. He came out and he took a look at things. You'll see the list of the things that he was gonna do. He wanted $18,950 to do it. And then we had Mike Godfrey bid it. And the initial bid was $87.67, but there were some things that the first guy bid that,
It included in his proposal, that
yes, that John, or Mike hadn't done. So, in discussions with him, we are going to fix the lighting in the bathrooms, so that $985 was an addition for an electrician to take care of that. And then there were a lot of things that we are going to provide, so I will purchase the light fixtures. There's a list here. Light fixtures, the mirrors in the bathrooms they're starting to, the backs are starting to,
Peeling.
yeah, not good. So we
Tacky,
have to
very
take that
tacky.
down and we're gonna replace the mirrors in there. And then also by the men's urinal, we are gonna put up a stainless steel plate to protect the wall a little better, so. That, those items that the township will provide is about $640. So I added that all together and, the one thing that is not in here is the demo, basically of the mirror, taking the mirror down and then putting the mirrors back up. And Mike had just said that the extras are charged at $50 per hour. Plus
The
material.
drywall and strip has to be removed.
Right.
But
So,
nonetheless, the apples to apples, it's significantly less money.
yeah,
Well, and Mike did work for the library when nobody else could get the Morris building straightened out, and he did, and he did really good work.
right.
And Kelly was having trouble finding a contractor at the time, so when they installed the flow meter, this is a spin-off of a guy that used to work for Platinum Mechanical, Swords and Gross, big outfit in industrial, water, wastewater. And he spun off, he lived in Lapeer, this gentleman's from Lapeer, Michigan. John Minto, M-I-N-T-O, very respected, went on his own, so that's who this JWM
The
Construction.
biggest problem was trying to find somebody that would do the stalls. I
Yeah.
couldn't find anybody
Couldn't
to
get
do
the
the stalls. I
petitions.
asked plumbers, I asked all around, and I couldn't find anybody that could actually source those.
Well, they've been in rough shape for quite a while. so-
Yeah.
Yeah, they're, it's not.
Well, that's why it's gonna involve fixing the wall, because the doors don't latch, because
They're pulling away from the
they're
walls.
pulling away from the walls, and that back corner, particularly in the women's room, before the roof was replaced where it leaked.
And in
It
the
caused some
bedrooms.
problems there.
And on the renovation, Kelly showed them what she wanted for, on that sample, on the right,
Oh,
on the right.
okay.
What she wanted, I couldn't get with our contractor, with that one
Yeah.
I had come out, and they tried, but they just couldn't. But then the second contractor could get what she wanted as
So I
far as
want like a hammered
what-
stall.
on the
so that-
stalls, and we can get that with that, so, you know, and we
Well-
save some money. So.
I mean, there is, like Troy said, there's a significant difference in cost.
Well, yeah.
And
This may be, some of this may be higher union help too. you know.
well, I'd make a motion that we accept the bid from Godfrey.
I think we need to,
I think we need a not to exceed amount.
yes,
To
I do
cover some
too.
things that we might have missed or
Well,
changes we made.
Up to what, 12?
We can extend it up to 12, we don't necessarily have to
13.
spend that. but
Right, but just so
Yeah.
that you don't have to come back
I
and say,
think that's fair.
I mean, we're gonna provide some of this.
Some of it.
Right,
Some of it.
and he's gonna put it up, so.
So the
So that's-
motion is,
The one thing I would like
Mark
to see them do though,
go ahead.
when they put in the new Shelby, catch it, put a
Mark.
bar across the top of the ceiling and lock that in. That'll save a lot of trouble down the road, because if nothing holds it.
Flimsy, yeah.
well, they get some rough use because of the renters in this room.
Right.
Well, yeah, exactly.
So they're hard on it, so that's probably a good idea. if we're
Yep.
gonna-
Yep.
Especially the men, I don't know about the ladies,
Well,
but
we can talk to him a little more about that too, but he wasn't sure how long it would take, to get the stalls. So he was wanting to, you know, if we approved him, he wants to get it going so he can get them ordered. I have blocked off the first 3 weeks of July for it, and he said he doesn't think it'll take that long, but just to be on the safe side, we block that off. So no rentals.
Does he know?
And then, you know, we do have meetings in here, but
That's not a big deal.
no. So,
Okay.
so,
Somebody second it?
What's the board's pleasure?
second,
Who made the motion?
I did.
Marcia did.
up to
Up to
12,000
Yes.
and approve.
All right.
Got it.
Okay, Kelly, roll call vote.
All right. Kelly Schmidt, yes. Craig Harlan? Yes. Mark Foltz?
Yes.
Mike Frazier?
Yes.
Francis Griffin?
yes.
All right, don't know what I did with my notes, guys. Oh, here, no, this is, here it is. I didn't realize I wrote so much. So who made the motion?
Mark did.
Frazier?
Mark and Butch.
Okay. Mulch bid. Do we have that?
So last year, we had the landscape done around the building, and Austin from Focal Point asked me if he wanted, if we wanted a bid for putting more mulch in. And I said, sure. So he sent me this, and it's $700, which I think is a little steep, so I would table that,
Yeah, I would skip it too. I don't
It's a
think
little
it
high.
needs it.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, all right, so that's that. Is there anything to add? Any more public comments?
Well, just curious about the mulch. Do you guys just use regular wood chips for your mulch?
They're colored, I think.
Yeah, I think it was like,
I have some friends that 2 years ago switched to using the rubber mulch. It doesn't attract the insects.
Oh.
They don't have the problems with the ants and stuff like they had in the box elder bugs and things along that measure, but it's a lot more money. But it's supposed to last for 10 years.
Oh.
So You know, this is only a couple years that they switched over, so I don't know how it's gonna work out for
They use it
them.
on playgrounds and stuff like that, I don't think.
Yeah.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
so,
Can't hurt to look into it.
you know, I mean, it might be quite a large upfront cost to start going to that, but
I think the reason they did our plowing, and I think we had a water system put in,
Yeah.
and I think some of the tubing is showing. And so I'm thinking that that's why he thought maybe we needed more, because it settles out. So,
Well, and regular mulch does deteriorate
It
and
does.
settle down, so you almost have to put some in every year.
It's,
Okay, with that, no more public comments.
motion to adjourn,
7:45.
7:40.
7:30.
I'll second it.
Kelly seconded it. All in favor?
Aye.
Second.
Yes.
Okay, thank you guys, appreciate it.